Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star Race Weekend at a new racetrack we are going to for the All-Star races from now on. It is the Derek Motodome Raceway Park in Gold County, California. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. And joining with me for commentary is David Rivera. How are you doing, David?
Doing great, man. How about you?
Doing really, really well. Now, this track, it's gotten some negative reviews in terms of the pit road issues, though whenever the drivers get used to the track, it's a pretty good racetrack because you can see some interesting action, although some of the wrecks can be pretty crazy, but the only problems that happen at this track is when cars get loose at times and they'll spin up the track, and then sometimes the pit road comes back to bite you in the ass when you try to cut pit road and you're running over the rumble strips or the chicanes. It will screw your car up. But luckily for All-Star Race Weekend, there won't be any pit stops taking place, or at least I hope there won't be. But cautions will still be on for this Open. And in this Open, we've got 21 cars in the All-Star Open that are going to be battling for the top 3 spots to make it into the All-Star race itself. But remember, in the All-Star Open and the actual All-Star race, not about where you start, it's about where you finish. Let's get ready to go racing for 25 laps at the Derek Motodome for the All-Star Open.
Alright.
And then the next race we're going to, instead of racing at Charlotte, because Charlotte's been becoming one of the on-the-fence tracks for Walmart Cup Series, at least for this season.
Right.
So the next race we head after the All-Star race is going to be at the track called Spartan Raceway, which is 1 mile around. But here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls, for 25 laps in the All-Star Open. Meanwhile, Cassandra Renzi started on the pole with Anthony McCurry second. This is a 3-way battle for the lead between Renzi, McCurry, and Cody Hagan in the 11. But Renzi's got that bottom lane. And looks like she is going to lead the first lap. And we are still clean and green here at Derek Motodome. And now here comes Cody Hagan with help from teammate Kendall Maynor, and Charles Jackson's coming into the picture. So David, with this race, how it is with the top 3 advancing, who do you think are some drivers to keep on a lookout for here in this Open?
Well, at the moment, it does look like the number 11 car, which I'm watching out for right now, the number 20, and of course the number 4 car.
And right now it is side by side between the 11 and the 4, with Cody Hagan in the 11, Cassandra Renzi in the 4, who Cassandra Renzi is actually the points leader in the regular point standings in Walmart Cup Series competition, but she hasn't won a race yet. And now she is going to try to race her way in to the All-Star race by finishing top 3. And right now, those top 3 would be Cassandra Renzi, Cody Hagan, and Anthony McCurry. And we are still clean and green, so it goes to show you that there can be some good racing going on here. It's just all a matter of keeping your car straight and narrow and not go for any crazy moves already.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, let's go around the back and see who is running last, and that is Zachary Fitzwater, who is running dead last at the current moment. And let's go to the TV2 camera, because this gives us a great view of the entire racetrack. And meanwhile, Renzi leads with Hagan second, and we got a new driver in third, and that is Kendall Maynor in the $20 General Toyota for Joe Gibbs, running right behind his teammate Cody Hagan. Now with this racetrack, Derek Motodome's like a somewhat of a mixture of restrictor plate racing and short track racing. And the reason why is because they go pretty fast entering the corners and through the corners, but it's got the racing style and the temper tantrums of a short track race. So that is how this track is a mixture of plate and short track racing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very unique track too that I've noticed, and it's very interesting too, like around the curves and everything, how fast they can go really downhill.
Oh,
And
wait a minute. We got one car off the pace, and that
oh
is
yeah, the
Jordan Culp.
38 car.
Jordan Culp's running off the pace, and he's running through the rumble strips, but he managed to get through them okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming into pit road. Something must have went wrong with the 38 of Jordan Culp, but no caution. So he obviously didn't spin. It must be a mechanical problem with that 38 car, and that
Yeah.
unfortunately is going to cost him a shot at making
Mm.
the All-Star race later on in the day. Meanwhile, Renzi continues to lead. She has so far dominated
Yeah, she's going
this
strong.
All-Star Open. And then Cody Hagan's been trying to run her down. And then Kendall Maynor running in third at the moment. Those are your top three transfer drivers, at least for now. You never know. We could see something big happen where somebody behind could come up. And actually, speaking of that, here comes Anthony McCurry to try to get back into that third position.
Yeah. So it looks like really good game strategy too is going along with this track, as interesting as it is.
And while we're at it, since we haven't had a caution come out, let's take in see how the field currently runs. As Cassandra Renzi is the leader, second is Cody Hagan, third is Kendall Maynor, fourth is Anthony McCurry, fifth is Henrietta Fitzwater, sixth is Charles Jackson, seventh is Michael Walden, eighth is Eric Enrage, ninth is Ian Siegel, 10th is Nick Pericles, 11th is Jesse King, 12th is Larry Hagan, 13th is Biggie Spencer, 14th is Checo Knight, 15th is Jesse Setti, 16th is Rue McIntyre, 17th Sonny Hammond, 18th Zachary Fitzwater, make that Alex Hawkins, then Zachary Fitzwater, and actually he is there a car out? No, that is the last car, and then in 20th, who is now a few laps down, is Jordan Culp. Meanwhile, Renzi, past halfway here in the Open, has led every single lap in this Open race.
Yeah, so far it's definitely a very good day for her right now, which I like.
Meanwhile, we head back to the TV2 camera so we can take a look at every car running, as this gives us a good vantage point.
Yeah, I love that camera angle.
Indeed. Now, this next turn they take is the trickiest turn, because sometimes cars will get rather wicked loose and sometimes will slide up the racetrack depending on how hard they're driving. And that has been a case at this particular racetrack in terms
you just gotta take it
how
really
the race.
easy.
Indeed. And Renzi, Hagan, and Maynor have been in the top three altogether for about 10, 11, 12 laps. Anthony McCurry was in the top three, but he fell a spot to Kendall Maynor. Not a lot of aggressive racing going on. Some good racing for sure is going on right now among these drivers, but no real pushing boundaries kind of moves. And now Anthony McCurry has caught the 20 of Kendall Maynor. He's going to try to run him back down to get that third position again. As it's under a second between the top four, between Renzi, Hagan, Maynor, and McCurry, all in that top three, or top four, excuse me.
And in the back, too. They're starting to go too wide now, which I
Yeah,
did
they're
notice
still
too after a
trying to
while.
make passes, but they've just not really been able to keep it going, at least for him. Now Nick Pericles gets around, I believe, his teammate Michael Walden right there, and that is, I think, for the 7th position, I want to say. Since there is that lap car of Jordan Cole, which I still have no idea what happened to him. But in the meantime, Anthony McCreary leads, or Cassandra Renzi leads, and now McCreary manages to get around Kendall Maynor off the high line. And now he's caught Cody Hagan. He's going to try to go for second now.
Yeah, nice strategy going on.
Nice job for Anthony McCreary to kind of make a little bit of a comeback,
Exactly.
as it's now 4 to go here in the open. So obviously, guys are starting to try to make moves in order to get up higher in positions. But again, it's that top 3. First, second, and third is where you want to be at in order to make the All-Star race. Meanwhile, Cassandra Renzi has dominated this race, led every single lap so far in this race. And she has kept that lead forever, and even though it's not been a big lead, she's just been able to maintain her pace.
Which is a good thing. It's looking to be her time this time around.
Indeed. And now McCreary is going to try to get a run underneath, or try to go underneath Cody Hagan for second. Now he's going to try to make a lower line work, but it didn't work that time, as it's less than 2 to go here in the open. And remember, the All-Star race is going to be 25 laps as well. So this is 2 25-lap races in one day. White flag is out here in the open at the Derek Motodome. Kendall Maynor trying to get a run on McCreary, and Charles Jackson's trying to make some noise too. Let's see if Kendall can get through it. It doesn't look like he's going to be able, but Cody Hagan trying to run down Renzi. Cassandra Renzi wins the All-Star Open at the Derek Motodome.
Great job.
And Cody Hagan's going to get in second. Third is going to be Anthony McCreary. So those will be your 3 drivers who are going to advance to the All-Star race here in just a little bit. Oh, this is the dangerous part. They're on the pit road, and Cody Hagan up in the air. And they're all wrecking. Whoa, Michael Walton's upside down. Michael Walton goes upside down. But then again, doesn't matter. The race is over. But look at that pile of cars. Jekko Knight was in there. But remember, that don't matter. The race is officially over. Let's take a look at the official results. Cassandra Renzi will get the win and advance to the All-Star race via the win. And then Cody Hagan gets a great second place finish here today. And Anthony McCreary third, and those 3 advance to the main event, the All-Star race at this very track. Kendall Maynor tried. He had third place for so long, but then he got bypassed by Anthony McCreary towards the end and did not make it. Charles Jackson in 5th, then Henrietta Fitzwater, Eric Enrage, Nick Pericles, Biggie Spencer, Michael Walton, Jesse King, excuse me, Ian Siegel, Jesse Setti, Alex Hawkins, Rue McIntyre, Jekko Knight, Larry Hagan, Zachary Fitzwater, and Sonny Hammond all finished on the lead lap, and then the last car to finish, but 3 laps down, was Jordan Culp. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage of the Open. Stay tuned in this video, because coming up next is the All-Star race, but for now, here's a look at your results of the All-Star Open. Alright, and welcome back to All-Star Race Weekend. We are now getting ready for the running of the All-Star Race itself. Now, remember, with this race, it's different than how the All-Star races have been in the past. One, of course, the track. We're not at Charlotte for this season. We're testing out a new track of Derek Motodome, and what we saw in the last race, not a whole lot of passing, but some really, really good racing and no wrecks happened except for when they tried coming on pit road when they were running over the rumble strips and they all just rammed into each other. But there won't be any pit stops done in this race as well, just like in the Open. And also with this race, it's the same amount of laps. 25 laps here at the Derek Motodome, and that's going to be how it is. And then another thing about this race that's different, do you remember the same prize is there? The winner of this race will be locked into the All-Star race for 10 more seasons. Michael Norman, who won the first one, he's locked in for another 8 seasons. Seth Cole, who won last season, he's locked in for another 9 seasons. Whoever wins will be locked in for the next 10. And then the second prize, and this is what makes this race even more special, whoever wins this race gets a guaranteed ride for Season 4 Walmart Cup competition when we get to that point. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. But let's take a look and see how the top 10 is going to be. Austin Weiner is going to be on the pole. Second is the second place driver from the Open, Cody Hagan. Third is Austin Weiner's teammate, Dylan Young. Fourth is Dylan Thero. Fifth is Mason Bromer, who won a race last season. This is a one-race deal for Mason Bromer, running the 09 car for Phoenix Racing. Sixth is last season's All-Star Race winner, Seth Cole. Seventh is Tommy Mooney, who's in a one-race deal in the 30 car for Nemco Motorsports, or actually Swan Racing, I should say. Eighth is Parker Wright, who's in the number 41 car for Stewart Haas Racing this race. Ninth is going to be Michael Norman, the first ever All-Star Race winner. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be Gabe Williams, our Season 2 champion. That's a look at the top 10. Let's get ready to go racing for another 25 laps here at the Derek Motodome. Now, an interesting question about this race, since there are more cars in this race than what we had at the Open, will we see wrecks and will we see these cars go more aggressive? We shall find out when we go green here at the Derek Motodome. And as we head to the TV2 camera to get a big view of this start, and they are passing the restart line. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls.
It's go time now.
So with this race, who do you think is a good pick to win this All-Star race here at the Derek Motodome?
As of right now, since last time you did see the number 4 car win, I am actually going to go with Austin for this one.
That's an interesting pick. And so far, let's go around to the back. Everybody got through the first lap very good, and Austin Weiner's actually pulled out to a pretty marginable lead over Cody Hagan right there. Now, they're just building up speed now. Let's see what's going to happen in this corner, if anybody's going to lose it and crash here, if at all.
Hopefully they just get a little lucky.
Oh, and there is one.
No.
We get a crash. I saw
just like that, yeah, I saw it too.
I saw Austin Talley was in there, and I saw Joshua Collard, Chase Oliver, but they all managed to drive away from that. But this is the first time here in All-Star Race Weekend we have had a caution. After going caution-free the last race, this race we get our first caution. And it all happened right there in that very tricky corner, turn 3 of this racetrack. And while we're under the caution, let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Derek Motodome. Well, here's a look at what happened. Chase Oliver, he just flat out got loose, and he gets up in the Austin Talley, and they all go up into the outside wall. Austin Talley got the wall, and he actually went airborne. Joshua Collard, who's in a one-race deal, he got a little piece of it, but managed to keep on going. Same with Chase Oliver. Austin Talley, I think, got the worst of that wreck, but he manages to drive away and didn't get very much damage. So, with how these wrecks can be at this track, when you slide up the wall, you could flip. this is one of those rare occasions where nothing out of the ordinary happened like that. So we were fortunate that no cars got severely damaged from that. But that's
Yeah.
going to be it for the caution. Let's take you to the restart here at the Derek Motodome. Well, no cars were out of the race after that accident. Austin Weiner's your leader. Second is Cody Hagan. Third is Dylan Thero. Fourth is Dylan Young. Fifth is Mason Bromer. Sixth is Seth Cole. Seventh is Tommy Mooney. Eighth is Parker Wright. Ninth is Michael Norman. 10th is Gabe Williams. 11th is Chris Washer. 12th is Cassandra Renzi, the All-Star Open winner. 13th, Ian Dutta. 14th, PJ Williams. 15th, Trent Dunham. 16th, Brandon Nichols. 17th, Cody Lamas. 18th in a one-race deal is Preston Blord. 19th, Kyle Matthews. 20th is David Rivera. 21st, Justin Talampas. 22nd is going to be Alex Pedro. 23rd, Ryan Anderson Jr. 24th, Matt McIntyre. 25th, Brody Talley in a one-race deal. 26th is Jessica Shelton. 27th, Hunter Bell. 28th, Anthony McCurry. 29th, Eric Burden. And Chase Oliver, Joshua Collard, and Austin Talley. Green flag is back out here at the Derek Motodome All-Star Race. Austin Weiner didn't get off to a very good jump, and now Cody Hagan's right there next to him. What's going to happen here in this corner? I see
Looks like
one
they're
car
gonna
is
go
off
for
the
a save.
pace.
Yeah.
One car is off the pace, and oh, we got a couple of cars
Looks
involved.
like somebody turned over too.
Yeah, it looked like Cassandra Renzi was in it, and it was Ryan Anderson Jr. who got
Yeah.
turned over, and we got a new leader, Cody Hagan.
What do you know?
He somehow got around, or wait, I think, no, Austin Weiner's the leader. Cody Hagan, I think he got around him as they were slowing down.
Right.
But it looked like Renzi and Anderson Jr. had something go wrong, and they tried to get into pit road and lost it. We're going to take a look at the replay for that right now. So let's take a look at the replay to see what brought the caution out for the second time today here at the Derek Motodome. Well, here's a look at what happened. There's Renzi up ahead. She's coming into pit road. She got through okay, but this is where the caution's going to come out. Watch the 51. He's driving too fast on the rumble strip,
Wow. Yeah.
and because of the air it got, it just flipped him over upside down, sliding on his roof, and that is what happened. And then he comes back down on the rumble strip and comes back on all four wheels, and then he's going to get stuck right there, so he had to teleport to pit road. But I think he is going to be able to continue,
Hopefully,
although
yeah.
we'll see if that is the case or not. But that was a look at what brought the caution out for the second time. Let's take you to the restart. Well, after that accident, we do have one car out of the race, and that is Ryan Anderson Jr. I guess they sustained some suspension damage from the flip to the point where they can't continue. But Austin Weiner's the leader. Second is Cody Hagan. Third is Dylan Thero. Fourth is Dylan Young. Fifth is Seth Cole. Sixth is Mason Bromer. Seventh, Tommy Mooney. Eighth, Parker Wright. Ninth, Michael Norman. 10th is Gabe Williams. That is how your top 10 is going to be on this restart. And it will be 12 to go since it is now halfway through this All-Star race.
Yeah, it seems like too, especially when there's a prize on the line, everybody gets excited. So that's what we're seeing, those accidents lately too.
And also with more cars, it causes
yeah.
for some more racing. And now Austin Weiner left the bottom a little bit open for Cody Hagan, but Cody Hagan didn't get as big of a run on the 22 as he
Just
did that
enough.
last time around. Let's keep an eye out. Preston Plord is actually coming on the pit road, and he's going to go sliding. And then another car is upside down.
I think, it was upside down.
Or no, that was Cassandra Renzi. I think she kept it going, but the green flag is still out, so I guess they didn't come back on the track since that is no caution. They are still green here at Derek Motodome. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, there goes somebody. No. Oh, and now he's upside down.
I'm sure we do now.
Somebody. Who was that? That's Trent Dunham.
Oh, man.
And he's still barrel rolling down the banking.
Pretty bad damage, too.
Man, this looks bad. And then there you see Preston Plord on pit road. There must be some mechanical problems going on with some of these cars. But these cautions have been Austin Weiner's best friend right now. Nobody's been able to get around him,
No,
at
not
least
yet.
during the green flag, so he's in good hands, at least for the time being. But who knows what's going to happen. But let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the second time today here at Derek Motodome. Well, here's a look at it. Trent Dunham, he was running by himself in the 14th spot. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he just flat out lost it, and then watch this. Slides up in the air into the wall, and look at the air he got. And then he's going to go barrel rolling down the banking here at the Derek Motodome. It's like with this track, anytime you get loose and you get up into the wall, it's like instant impact for them cars to go upside down like that and go flying. Let's take a look at it. The way was the caution lights already out by then? No, it was still green. Let's count how many times the one goes barrel rolling down that banking.
7, let's see.
Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he's going to come over. Is he going to get on his wheels? Yes, so 7 times he barreled, so you were right, pretty much right there, which was crazy, but...
Right on point.
Yeah, but that does it for the look at the caution. Let's take you to the restart. Well, after that last accident, Trent Dunham joins Ryan Anderson Jr. as cars out of the race. Preston Plord is a lap down. Austin Weiner still is your leader. Second is Cody Hagan. Third is Dylan Thero. Fourth is Seth Cole. Fifth is Dylan Young. Sixth is Mason Bromer. Seventh is Tommy Mooney. Eighth is Parker Wright. Ninth is Michael Norman. 10th is Gabe Williams. Then Chris Washer, Ian Dutta, PJ Williams, Cody Lamas, Brody Talley, Brandon Nichols, Matt McIntyre, Kyle Matthews, Jessica Sheldon, Justin Talampas, Anthony McCreary, David Rivera, Joshua Collard, Chase Oliver, Alex Pedro, Hunter Bell, Eric Burton, Austin Talley, Cassandra Renzi, and the only car on one lap down is Preston Plord. So that is going to be it with all the cars that are left. Green flag back out with 5 laps to go here in the All-Star race. After a caution-free open, it's been almost a wreck fest here in this All-Star race. Here, and I see some 3 wide racing. That may not be a good idea when you get into this corner.
Yeah, that's
coming right here.
Hard to handle.
Yeah, we're going to see. And Jessica Sheldon, it looks like she's coming into pit road, and she's trying to get on. I believe that was Sheldon.
Okay.
I believe that was Jessica Sheldon, and it was. And she must have had some mechanical problems going on for her as well. 4 laps to go, less than 4 to go now. And Austin Weiner's pulled off to another big margin over Cody Hagan. And oh, there goes another wreck. Man. That might do it. That might have been the race. I saw Zachary Fitzwater. I think that is PJ Williams, and it was. No, that was Ian Dutta. Not Zachary Fitzwater, but oh man, that was a multi-car accident. I think that will do it for the race. Austin Weiner, if nothing happens, I think he might get the win, but we're going to step aside for a minute, and we're going to take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the final time here at the Derek Motodome. Well, here's a look at what happened. Ian Dutta was running around the 13th spot at the time. Let's see what happens. He's going to flat out lose it and then come up in the PJ Williams, and then look at them both go.
Right up in the air.
And look at Ian Dutta. He got caught in the catch fence, and then he's going to come back down and barrel roll down the banking at once, twice, 2 times he flipped down the banking. But what about PJ Williams? How many times does he flip? It looks like he only went over once, although he landed on his roof down onto the pavement, and then right there was his landing. So this wasn't as bad of a wreck as what happened with Trent Dunham, but It was a little crazier because both of those cars flipped and Ian Dutta ended up into the catch fence as a result. But now we're going to try and take you to the final lap and see what's going to happen here at the All-Star race. Well, they just crossed the start-finish line to take the white flag here at the Derek Motodome, and unless these cars end up coming down pit road if possible, which I don't think it's going to happen, but in case anybody does, the race, we're not going to call it official yet, but it is looking good for Austin Weiner to win this race and get locked in to the All-Star race for the next 10 seasons. Let's see what's going to happen here, and it looks like everybody's going to be okay. But you never know what can happen sometimes.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
And they're getting ready to come over to the start-finish line here in just a moment. And it looks like it's going to be official. Austin Weiner led every lap, and he's going to win the All-Star race here at the Derek Motodome.
That's
Congratulations to the 22 team.
Oh yeah, big congrats.
Meanwhile, we still got more cars yet to cross the finish line. Once Jessica Sheldon does, we will look at the results, and there you go.
Yeah, yep.
So now let's take a look at how the results turned out. Austin Weiner led every lap, and those cautions helped him because you never knew if there was a green flag run if Cody Hagan would have had some for him. But Austin Weiner is going to get the All-Star win. Cody Hagan, the highest finishing driver from the open race to finish in this race. And we might want to stay on here to see if anybody's going to go wildly flipping.
Yeah,
and there goes Dylan
no.
Young. We got a few of them
But the
going
race is
upside
over,
down.
so
But yeah, the race
it's
is
crazy.
over. So, but yeah, this is the crazy thing about Derek Motodome is the pit wall, and then some are just angled.
Yeah,
And just
it's
stopped.
angled.
But anyway, Seth Cole comes away with a solid third place finish. Dylan Thero with a solid fourth, and the highest one race deal driver was Mason Bromer, the Season 2 Rookie of the Season, to finish in fifth. Dylan Young in sixth, Tommy Mooney seventh, Parker Wright in eighth, ninth was Michael Norman 10th, Chris Washer, and the rest of the top 20 was Gabe Williams, Cody Lamas, Anthony McCrory, Brandon Nichols, Justin Talampas, Matt McIntyre, Austin Talley, David Rivera, Joshua Collard, Hunter Bell, Chase Oliver, Alex Pedro, Kyle Matthews, Eric Burton, Brody Talley, Austin Talley, and then Cassandra Renzi in 26. And then two cars that finished the lap down were Preston Blord and Jessica Sheldon. And then the four cars actually that were out of the race were Ian Dutta, P.J. Williams, Trent Dunham, and Ryan Anderson Jr. But congratulations to Austin Weiner, and also I'd like to thank David Rivera for stopping by the commentary booth for All-Star Race Weekend.
No problem, anytime.
The next race we head is our 13th race of the regular season, and it's going to be a great one as we head to a new track, a 1 mile D-oval of Spartan Raceway, and that's going to be exciting. But until then, here are your results of the All-Star race. So long, everybody.